Barbara Dungee-Acobe has over 43 years of customer service experience at the Charleston Water System. She's retired now, but wants to return as a commissioner to tackle a host of issues. I talk one-on-one with Barbara for this edition of Quintin's Close-Ups. And if you haven't already, subscribe to my YouTube channel and like Quintin's Close-Ups on Facebook. Barbara Dungee-Acobe, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you.
Oh, you're welcome. Needless to say, for the past 43 years, you have had business and leadership experience at the Charleston Water System as an employee. I know that you started off as a customer service agent and rose through the ranks there. Now, you are actually a candidate for Commissioner of Public Works for the Charleston Water System. So tell me, Ms. Barbara, why this position? Why now?
Why now is because I feel that we need new leadership in place. I've been with the company for 43 years, and just based on my experience and knowledge, I feel that I can lead them in a future direction for positive things to continue to happen within the organization. Because I've had my boots on the ground for so many years, I feel ready and compelled to make those necessary changes to help everyone in the community.
What are those necessary things that can help everyone in the community right now?
Some of those things are trying to still connect agencies out there with people who are having financial difficulties paying their bills, which I established when I was working their credit and collections department, with networking with those agencies to make sure that they had the necessary funding. And as you know, right now, a lot of people are losing jobs. So that's one of the priorities right now, to make sure families are still felt like they have the necessary essentials to make their living continue in which they're going right now. The other thing is trying to make sure the water rates stay in a position where people can afford to pay those bills and meet those obligations, and also to look for clean, safe water for people that are out here, because we have a lot of people that just throw things into the drainage system, which causes a lot of problems for people and getting it clean. So my focus is to make sure that we maintain those things for people in our areas.
Yes, ma'am. I want to get back to that in just a second, Ms. Barbara. But as you know, the Charleston Water System is a utility company that brings raw water from our sources. We treat it and send it to, the customers, of course. And you mentioned about all these customers that are needing help financially. How many customers does the Charleston Water System serve within the portions of Charleston, Berkeley, and Dorchester counties?
I would say probably, and just as an estimated guess, because I've been gone for a couple of years now, and as you know, the volume continues to grow because we continue to expand with people moving into the area. When I was there, I would probably say over 100,000 or more people we serve, and it's
Wow.
probably more than that now, as I said, because it's increased with the volumes moving here constantly every single day.
Well, let me ask you this, Ms. Barbara. How do you grow the Charleston Water System with smart growth while maintaining its balance with all these people that are moving into this area now?
Well, we try to come up with a reasonable amount based on what we're getting. And when they sign up for new services, when developers come into the area, that gives us a clue to what we're looking at as far as the infrastructure and how many more people we have to accommodate and provide the clean water systems for. So that's what we are going to use as our basis when we get these developers in, and we look at what's going on now and keep those services in place for the people that in need of the services.
So, what new services are being offered? I'm right down the street, right around the corner from the Charleston Water System. But what new services are being provided right now from them?
The services provided for them are the fact that you're able to get the services at a reduced rate based on need. We also look at the organizations in the community that are able to help those that are not able to afford those accommodations by sending them out and referring them to agencies within the community that will be able to help them with those resources in order for them to maintain the services. So we make sure those services are available to everyone, and we make them aware of it. And we encourage people to have engagement, because they do have meetings open up to the public where you can come and voice your opinion about different concerns that you may have.
Yes, ma'am. Now, obviously, you've been with the company for 43 years, and now you're a candidate for commissioner. How many meetings have you been able to attend thus far?
As far as the meetings outside since I've retired,
Yes, ma'am.
I really haven't attended that many meetings because I currently serve on a board which takes a lot of my time at this moment. I
Okay.
work with children in the foster care system. And right now, that's a priority to me because we have so many children right now in care. And we just were selected as Board of the Year by the Governor's Office on last week, Friday, for the work that we've done to make lives better for children in care. So my focus mainly has been on the children in care, but now that I am seeking office, I will make this a priority for me as I venture into the future.
Oh, yes, ma'am. And you obviously talk about, the services that the Charleston Water System provides. But do you know where the Charleston Water System takes its wastewater from?
I'm sorry, I wasn't able to hear your question because there was a call that came in.
Oh, yes, ma'am. No worries.
I'm
You,
sorry.
oh, no worries, Miss Barbara. You talked obviously about the services and the new services that the Charleston Water System is providing to its customers. Where does the Charleston Water System actually takes its wastewater from?
Well, the wastewater comes from the plants. I mean, we have the plants that treat the water system and everything, so that's where the services are coming from. And we treat them as they come in to make sure that when they come into your household, they're clean and sanitized because we've already taken care of that from the wastewater stations.
And I know, well, as a matter of fact, most of this wastewater is coming from Charleston and unincorporated West Ashley and Johns Island and beyond. So, how is the water treated and released into the Charleston Harbor?
Well, it goes into the system, which we call the Plum Island Station, and that's where it's clean and everything is taken care of. And then we put it back into the system after it's been taken care of, where it's been sanitized and everything, chemicals have been put in, and it's put back into the system to make it clean and safe for people to drink.
Is that wastewater, Ms. Barber, in a cleaner state than the surrounding water?
I'm sorry, I didn't hear your question.
Yes, ma'am. Is that wastewater in a cleaner state than the surrounding water?
Yes, because we have to make sure that we sanitize all that water because it does come back into the system. So we have to put everything in place to prevent that from being dysfunctional, from going back out into the system for people to take in. So yes, we have to take care of those.
Well, let me ask you this. How many forever chemicals are actually in the water right now?
Well, I can't give you the exact number, but it's a large volume that we use to clean those systems out to make sure that it's safe for people to use when it comes back into their households. So I can't tell you exactly by numbers as far as having numbers in front of me because I don't have those stats in front of me to share that with you.
In what way are many of them, meaning those chemicals, are being tested for, and what is actually being done, Ms. Barber, to reduce them in the drinking water?
Well, we have chemists that works in the labs. They do the testing on an annual basis, and so they know exactly what to put in the system and what not to put in the system. Chemists that are working and doing what they need to do to make sure it's safe water for everyone to be able to take in.
Now, when it comes to the testing, Ms. Barber, have there been any limits put in place by the EPA?
Well, that's an answer that I cannot give it to you at this time. I would have to get back to you on that
Okay.
because you're asking me for stats on something that I really don't have access to at this time.
Oh,
So
no
I'm
worries.
not going to make up something. I will have to get with them and get back with you on that.
Well, let me ask you this. In what way should that change when it comes to the testing limits?
Well, it should be checked I would say every quarter to make sure everything is falling in line based on their examples of what they have coming in and to make sure that it stays tested on a monthly basis to ensure that we are doing what we need to do in order to provide safe, clean water for individuals.
So, what exactly are those current guidelines for testing these numerous forever chemicals?
Well, again, I would have to get back with you on that because I don't have an answer for you.
Okay.
My field was basically in the customer service area. Now, we
Okay.
did have meetings with them, but I
Sure.
can't tell you right now what those are because I haven't been in the company in 3 years. So I would have to get back with you on those numbers.
Uh, well, going forth, Ms. Barbara, and everything has been changed because of technology these days.
Yes, yes.
What ideal technologies would further bring down those numbers when it comes to testing for these chemicals?
I would say what would probably help is the testing that's done to make sure that we're putting in the right amount of chemicals that we need to treat the services, make sure everything is done on a basis where it's tested on a timely basis. And once that's done, I think that would give us a better perception of what needs to be added to the services to make it even more better, and using probably less chemicals, because chemicals once in the body can take a long time to affect it. So we have to make sure that we're putting in the right amount of chemicals when you're talking about intake by individuals.
Would that charcoal-based process be fitting for our region?
I would say it would be something that we would definitely have to look into to make sure that we're doing all that we can to protect our region from additional chemicals being placed in the services.
Now, let's say, for instance, if the Charleston Water System were to implement some sort of technology to remove those couple of parts of, chemicals, as I mentioned, per trillion, then what would actually be the cost for the average taxpayer, Ms. Barbara?
Well, that would be something that we would have to probably put out bids for and see who gives us the best bid and go along, do our investigation on that organization, and then make a determination from that fact. Because again,
Yes,
you
ma'am.
just don't automatically say you're going to put out a lot of money without getting a base foundation first. And getting the base foundation usually means having bids put out and finding out more about the company that you're working for. And once you get all that in line, then you can come up with a company that you actually want to deal with that will still be in line with the company's mission and vision, and also providing good customer service and making sure it's an affordable service for everyone.
How do you keep the Charleston Water System affordable for the taxpayers in the next 5 to 10 years?
Well, again, you have to take everything in perspective. Of course, everything now is going up, but people's dynamics and their job functions actually don't change. So what you have to do is make it still affordable for everyone to be able to maintain services. And as I said, because of the collection credit agency that I started there, we have networked with a lot of other resources in the community that help customers pay their bills. And we also have something which we call a payment plan, which we can set up for you if you're facing financial difficulty, put you on a payment plan where you can make monthly installments in conjunction with paying a little bit towards your current bill until you can get the bill satisfied and filled. And we do that for everyone.
Wow, that's amazing. Uh, so let me ask you this, Ms. Barbara. Well, if you were to implement this type of technology, how much would that add to the expenses and the capital costs for the Charleston Water System?
Well, I'm hoping based on the persons or companies that we would deal with that it wouldn't cause a large volume of money on anyone, because we all are going to have to be responsible for paying it, and we still want to make it affordable for everyone to be able to provide that type of service for them, because our mission and vision is always the customers and making sure we're satisfying the customers and providing the best customer service we can. So we're going to still make it affordable where everyone can afford the services and be in a structure where they don't feel stressed trying to take care of that bill, because along with our bill, there are other bills that families are committed to paying too.
Yes,
So we want to
absolutely.
make sure that we keep everything within reason.
Oh, absolutely. Now, I mentioned the capital costs earlier, Ms. Barbara. So, as we sit here right now, how many capital projects are in play right now for the water system?
Well, I can't answer that question for you right now because, again, I haven't been there in 3 years, so I don't have that information in front of
Okay.
me that I can share that with you. So I have to be honest about
Yes,
what
ma'am.
I'm sharing with you,
Sure.
and I don't have that information to share with you because I don't know.
Oh, no worries. Oh, I can take you back to June because this is coming from Channel 5. The Charleston Water System lowered the tunnel boring machine named as Harper down a massive shaft to start work on the West Ashley Sewer Tunnel extension project. When you think about that project, what would that do for the average customer in that area?
Well, it probably is going to make services better, but it's also going to still keep it at an affordable rate for everybody. We're not looking at increasing prices, even though we're doing this job, because we do have a budget that we establish every year. At least when I was working there, they had a budget. They made sure that budget was met. And with all the things coming in, it's not something that's going to be a hardship for the customers. It's still going to be something where the customers can afford to pay their bills and pay within reason.
So, what is the current budget right now for the water system?
I can't tell you what the current budget is right now because I no longer work there.
Okay.
So I don't know what the current budget is at this point. And I don't serve on the board.
Sure,
This would be my first time
Fine.
taking this step and initiative towards that, so I would have more information at that time.
Yes, ma'am. Going back to this project in West Ashley, Ms. Barbara, how exactly should this project fix sewer overflow issues, say, for instance, in West Ashley, Johns Island, James Island, places like that?
Well, what it should do is it should help reduce the amount of contamination that's in the water by effectively taking out those problems that create situations for customers by putting the correct chemicals in and treating the services, which also reduces what's coming back into the system and
Now,
making it a lot safer for customers.
customers. Now, if you were to be elected commissioner, would you be willing to take a tour of that tunnel?
I certainly would. I don't mind putting on my boots to the ground. I'll do it if I have to. It's no problem for me at all.
Now, obviously, you just talked, Ms. Barber, earlier about making sure that they don't the water system doesn't raise the prices on the average customer because a lot of people are facing hardships right now, as you know.
Yes,
So,
yes.
when it comes to money and all of these costs and all these projects that are going on right now, what is the bond rating for the Charleston Water System?
As far as I know, their bond rating has always been on the plus side. They've always got a good bond rating, is what I know when I left there. I don't know, and I don't think anything has changed because we go above and beyond to make sure that we're providing good, safe water for everyone, and we make sure that we keep everything in boundaries where it's affordable for everyone to keep services on in their homes. That's why I say we network with a lot of the agencies to ensure that if you are having that difficulty, we can refer you to someone to help you with that. And we go above and beyond to do what we can to help everyone.
Now, you talk about working with these other agencies. So, what other current public-private partnerships would you be in favor for as far as expanding these services for the customer?
Well, there are about 20 of them that I know of that I've worked with when I was working there, and they were all great to work with. We had a ongoing relationship to this day because I still get calls from customers, even though I've retired. I still get calls on my phone to this day for customers needing help that cannot afford their bills, and I reach out to the partners that I've dealt with in the future, and they are more than happy to help these customers. They go in, they get what's necessary, and they get the funds that they need. Not only do they get the funds for the water, they get assistance for the lights, they get assistance for rent. So these agencies go above and beyond helping customers, and sometimes it just takes a matter of you picking up a phone and calling and saying, do you have the funds? And if I can send this customer in, and 99% of the time it's yes, we do, you can send them on in.
That's amazing. That's really amazing. So, what would you do on day one if you become commissioner?
On day one, I would go around and take it. I would take a tour of the entire building and make sure everything is still as it should be. Make sure everyone is happy and satisfied with what's going on in the company. I would have a one-on-one with the group and ask them what they would like to see. What's their vision in the next 5 or 10 years for the company? Where do they see themselves going in the next 5 or 10 years? And what do they want to see happen to the company? I would get their input, and then I would also try to get input from the community to find out what the community wants. What can we do to be better at what we're doing and what we're providing for the community?
Barbara Dungee-Acobe, thank you so much for your time. And again, welcome to Quintin's Close-Ups.
Thank you so much for interviewing me. I appreciate your time, sir, and you have a fantastic day. And may God continue to bless you in all your endeavors and what you do.
Well, thank you. Same to you. Thank you.